has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast.
It's Ferrall on the bench, coast to coast, in the biggest way possible, hanging out the bad seat of Brookhead, bad apple with a bad attitude. We are live in New York City, the Big Apple. Ooh, people dressed in plastic bags, directed traffic, some kind of fashion shake-it-up, shadooby, along with the original OG, the ticket casher, the golf guru, the Tater King, Carver High this afternoon. Mafia running it with Luke. I am your father. The lineup on a midweek Where Do You Hurt Wednesday. We got a double shot with Morency this very hour from Vancouver. Always entertaining. Second hour, Coach James Young, our hoop analyst on the grid. And then in the final hour, Billy Bender from the Sporting News talks college football with us. We got afternoon day ball, Carver High, north of the border.
We certainly do. Happy Wednesday here, Scotty, as we get cooking here, getting a little bit closer to the start of the NFL season, which we'll talk about in a moment. But yes, we do have afternoon baseball for us here. Only one game this afternoon, and it is about to start. First pitch in Toronto between the Phillies and the Blue Jays is about to get going. Christopher Sanchez and Bowden Francis going this afternoon. Phillies, Scotty, minus $130. Plus 110 for the Jays, and a 7.5 here as we are about to get started. Big night for the Schwarbomb last night, who had 3 homers, including the game winner.
I mean, to tell you, this guy was just launching shots. I still got to take the Phillies over to Jays. I know this guy, Francis, has pitched great for them, but the Phillies are just so much better. It's not even funny. 82 wins to 67 wins. I gotta lean toward that juice that they had at minus $130. I gotta still think it's Philly.
Yeah, I gotta still think that as well. Sanchez has been pretty good on the road as well, so they'll get things started here. Bowden Francis has actually been really good, Scotty, his last few times out for Toronto, so you can see why they got that 7.5 that's going to be cooking up there. So we'll keep our eyes on that throughout the rest of the afternoon. We'll go through everything that happened last night. We'll get you ready for tonight as well, including about Holmes melting again, Scotty, for the Yankees last night. Jeez, I mean, when does it end with Clay Holmes in the 9th inning as he gave up the grand slam to Wyatt Langford? And the Yankees lose. Orioles win again. They're playing the White Sox, and they have jumped the Yankees back into first place in the AL East. I got a little boon for you later. Typical boon. Scotty. Well, you know, they haven't all been bad. You know, I know tonight wasn't good, but you know, he's been, some of these haven't been his fault. You know, a bloop here, this there. He loves defending Aaron Boone. That's why he's there.
Yeah, it really is unbelievable how he just won't deal with it accordingly. The guy blows saves left and right. I don't know about all this other stuff. He's been good here and there. No, he hasn't. He blows saves every time he goes out there, it seems like to me. When that guy comes out, do you remember when he used to, like, be good? Like, I remember when he was good. And then he'd come out and you'd feel good about yourself. Now when I see that guy warming up in the bullpen, I need a drink. Honestly, like, he's so bad, dude, giving up games that I can't take it anymore. I mean, I got to be in an altered state to deal with him. They really don't have options, do they, to change it? Like, what's their plan? They don't have one.
They don't have one. It was his 11th blown save of the season last night. Honestly, I think the options are either Clark Schmidt or Louis Heel. I'd give one of them a shot because I know they don't want to pitch Heel as a starter anymore. They want to keep the innings down. I'd try anything at this point as opposed to that because you know that is going to be an October disaster. I don't think it's going to be a long October anyway, but it'll be an even shorter one if that's the guy that's going to come in and try to hold these games down, unless it's against the Twins, of course, Scotty. If it's against
they always
the Twins,
beat
probably
Twins.
Will, but they always beat the Twins.
Well,
but other than that,
you know, I guess he'll be the one they blame. They'll blame Holmes. They'll blame Boone. They don't blame Hal. You and I do. We blame everyone. Hal, Cash, Boone, Holmes, and then anyone that can't hit, I blame. They got a lot of guys that can't hit on that lineup. I cannot believe that they keep flipping like a pancake that lead in the East with the Orioles. They're a pain in the ass.
They really are. And that is the closest race in baseball right now. I would guess the AL East and that NL wild card are the two. The Mets don't lose, Sky. They won again last night. They did keep pace with the Braves. Never going to lose. They're still a half game out. If they just, and the funny part with them is the same thing. Like, they're like a couple Diaz blown saves away from winning like 25 out of 30. He blown a couple games for them. Mets never lose, and they did it again last night.
Listen, that is that's a brutal job, right? Like,
it's a brutal
lonely existence. First of all, they're like animals, these bullpen creatures that come crawling out like cockroaches every night to pitch an inning or face a couple batters. And it's a lonely place to be when you go out there, and Diaz has certainly over the years been the victim of many a blown save. And, like, I don't know, you need a shrink to watch that guy pitch. Same thing now with Holmes. But it's no different for me. I watched Bednar melt down. He sucks now. He can't get anybody out now. He was their closer, Mr. Dominant, National League closer. I mean, he couldn't get anyone out. The Long Island Bulldogs.
How about since you brought up the Pirates, how about the dopey ump yelling at Skeens last night? Because he took a couple steps towards the mound, off the mound. Calm down. Honestly. Get a grip. And Shelton gave him the business from
Here's
the bench.
the deal.
And Schwarber leads off with another homer, and he hit this one into like the third deck up in right field. So 3 homers yesterday for Kyle Schwarber, and he had to be the first 2 pitches in. Second pitch of the game, he puts into the right field seat. So Schwarber on a heater right now for the Phillies, Scotty.
Well, and that's great, and you should be propping that up. All I know is this, that, these umpires think people actually go to Major League games or watch Major League games to watch them. Like, they are the last thing I want to watch when I go to a game or watch a game because they ruin everything. It's just like everything else. Refs are terrorists. I think that umps are terrorists. I really do. They ruin everything. Birthdays, holidays, christenings, weddings. They ruin everything. Like this guy last night starting up with a guy that, like, here's a newsflash for you, Mr. Umpire. Everyone loves this guy. He's like, the new deal in Major League Baseball. He's been the most fascinating guy. Watch pitch this year, from the All-Star game start to every start. Must-see TV. No one's watching for you, fat umpire. And you don't like the way he moves or the way he comes off the mound or leg kicks or struts or is cocky or throws 100 miles an hour or strikes everybody out. You don't like it. Well, find another job then. Find another job. Like, people watch baseball to watch star players go off and do their thing. I've never watched a game in my life for an umpire. And the NFL refs, oh, my God, don't get me started. It starts tomorrow, the bad reffing.
The bad reffing does start tomorrow. We have a lot of NFL to get to today. Most teams practicing for the first time this week today ahead of Sunday's games. I saw Jamar. Everybody's happy in Cincinnati. Jamar Chase was running around. You knew he was going to show up, Scotty, because now it's time to get paid. That's why he's going to start practicing, because you don't want to miss any game checks. So that's why Jamar Chase is going to be out there for the Bengals this week. So we have all of that to do as well throughout the day.
You would think that if they get him in that lineup with Higgins and Burrow, that they're going to smack that Pat's ass all day on Sunday.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Try and set the stage for what should be a great year of NFL action.
There's a handful of teams that potentially can compete for a Super Bowl championship.
Confusion and uncertainty this year more than some in the past.
This team looks like it's ready to make a move, but we just don't know if it's bad or good this year.
J.J. McCarthy is eventually going to take over, but it's a no-lose situation for them.
I mean, they suck. They were 7-10.
Only on SportsGrid.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Live Golf Team Championship.
The golf has been mesmerizing.
They are the Live Golf Team Champions.
Team golf is back.
Oh, yes!
Are you ready?
Let's go!
That's what champions do.
You can watch Sports Rage every night at 10 Eastern on SportsGrid TV, SportsGrid app, sportsgrid.com/watch. You can see it on all of our streaming networks, all the TV stations that SportsGrid's on, all the radio networks, Sports Byline USA, satellite radio, Sirius XM channel 159, 10 o'clock weeknights. It's Morency Sports Rage like no other, and you can catch him every day with a double shot right here on Coast to Coast via Vancouver. And I have to ask you, Texas comes calling to the big house on Saturday in Ann Arbor, and we're seeing Texas coming off a thrashing of Colorado State. And how would you deem the performance of the national champs against Fresno State in Sharon Moore's first game as the real coach at Michigan? People weren't happy. Are they going to be really unhappy this weekend? Do you think Texas goes in there and beats them?
Well, put it this way, Scott. Listen, Michigan had been the most disrespected defending national champion since the Auburn Tigers, who lost Cam Newton, point blank, right? They're the lowest ranked team coming off a championship since the Auburn Tigers team in like 2011, I believe it was, that lost Cam Newton. So whatever Michigan does, people are waiting for them to fail. I think, Scott, basically you can judge a team's performance, quite frankly, by the point spread. Right? What were they supposed to win by? Well, the point spread for the Michigan and Fresno State game was 21 points. They won by 20. They didn't win by 2. They won by 6. They won by 20. Was it pretty? No. But I think a lot of games for Michigan, they're not going to be pretty. Was it a great game for them? No. But at the same point in time, whatever. You only play 12 games. It doesn't matter. They won the championship last year and had some scares along the way as well, right? So, style points don't really matter as much as people think in college football. You win your games, you get in. It's as simple as that. Are they going to have to be better against Texas? Yes. But let me put it this way, Scott. Fresno State are a lot better than Colorado State are. All right? Like, Fresno State are a good football team. Yeah, they lost Jeff Tedford, their head coach, but this is a real team. It wasn't a cupcake. Like, if Michigan would have played a MAC team like Ohio State did in Akron, whatever, bro, it would have been 45-10 or something. So would people have felt better about it? Mississippi beat Furman, Ferrall, 76-0. watch out for the Rebels. Okay, let's see them play a real team. So now, same thing with Texas. Are Texas, the better team right now? I'd have a hard time even as a Michigan backer saying they're not, Scott, but laying 7.5 points on the road in the big house against a football team with an elite defense. And let's not pretend that they didn't hold back a little bit last week against Fresno. Now, I'm not saying we could do whatever we want to win this football game, but at the same point in time, there's a lot of plays that they're going to run against Texas that they didn't run against Fresno State. They're going to loosen things up a little bit here. And I think they'll, last week was a meat and potatoes. Think about it, guys, too. You're the defending national champions. You basically lost 9 starters on the offensive side of the football. You're starting over here. It's the first game. It's a lot of pressure, right? Davis Warren, getting a start for the first time. This kid nearly died of leukemia. You don't tell me he was a little emotional here. From what I understand, they're a little bit more settled in this week. There was some nerves last week, Scott. Michigan have won, 23 consecutive home games in a row right now. I think they're going to find a way to grind it out. Their defense is going to have to be the difference. And a player to keep your eye on, guys, Will Johnson. He's going to have to be better. He got burnt a couple of times against Fresno. He made some plays, but, him and Mason Graham. Mason Graham's got to blow up the pocket. Will Johnson's going to have to contain his passing attack, but I'm looking for Donovan Edwards to have some success on the ground, Scott. I think it's going to be a close football game, and put it this way, I wouldn't want to be laying 7 points with either team in this game.
So you think Michigan outright?
I'm saying Michigan outright. Yeah, that's right. I'm saying Michigan outright in a close 24-23 type of football game. Really close, field goal is the difference, comes down to the wire, but Michigan finds a way to survive.
What is the NCAA's obsession with Jim Harbaugh dragging into this season and making this an issue again? It's laughable, and I think he's literally mocking them now too. Who do they think they are? This NCAA.
At this point, too, Scott, and I'm sure you've had Dennis Dodd on over the years, and I just read an article a piece that he just wrote, and I've been saying this for years, and I'm sure you've seen this coming too. Eventually, these schools are just going to tell the NCAA to take a hike. They're going to say, we don't need you. For people to understand, the NCAA has nothing to do with the college football playoff. That was put together by the athletic directors of the big-time universities. Conference realignment, the NCAA has nothing to do with. NCAA controls the FCS playoffs. So go boss around Montana State and the Bobcats and Grizzlies. Go, tell North Dakota State and police them if you want. But, Scott, the NCAA is going after the Tennessee Volunteers now. The Attorney General of the state of Tennessee is suing them back and saying, no, you're not. We're going to court. You don't have this authority over us. You don't have that type of authority. And Michigan, remember last year, Michigan said, we'll take this to court, point blank. We will take you to court and we will destroy the NCAA. The NCAA, guys, look at the polarization of politics now in America. Point blank. People will get in a fight over Coke or Pepsi, blue or red right now. Right? The Supreme Court, these guys, same thing, split politically. Dude, the only thing they ever agree on in any lawsuit, Scott, is to pinch the NCAA. They lose 9-0 every time. Every time. The Supreme Court justices tell the NCAA, you should be paying them and you'll lose. The NCAA, they don't have the courts to go to, and now the universities are starting to fight back. And you saw what Harbaugh said the other day. He said, you're irrelevant. You have no credibility. Not to mention, he goes, you owe the kids $2.7 billion in that lawsuit. And all of this is always a distraction, guys. Point blank, just like politics. The NCAA might as well be a political party, right? They were the ones that were supposed to pay the players. And then, we'll let you get paid. Yeah, by boosters. So nothing ever really changed. The NCAA still isn't paying the players, point blank. And they owe them $2.7 billion. And all this stuff about Harbaugh and stealing signs and Tennessee and recruiting, it's all a smokescreen.
We've got another episode of this same beautifulness coming up with Marissa.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Try and set the stage for what should be a great year of NFL action.
There's a handful of teams that potentially can compete for a Super Bowl championship.
Confusion and uncertainty this year more than some in the past.
This team looks like it's ready to make a move, but we just don't know if it's bad or good this year.
J.J. McCarthy is eventually going to take over, but it's a no-lose situation for them.
I mean, they suck. They were 7-10.
Only on SportsGrid.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Live Golf Team Championship.
The golf has been mesmerizing.
They are the Live Golf Team Champions.
Team golf is back.
Oh, yes!
Are you ready?
Let's go!
That's what champions do.
All right, so just for a refresher, Draper Boy leading in the quarterfinal at the U.S. Open over De Minaur. De Minaur, the 10 seed Aussie, and Draper Boy, the 25th seed from UK. 6-3 Draper Boy first set, 4-3 Draper Boy second set, and on serve down love 30 to De Minaur here, but up a game in the second set of this quarterfinal. More to come later. Obviously, there's some great matches. We'll talk about it later, but we're talking to Morency right now, and his Bills are starting up on Sunday at 1 o'clock in Orchard Park. I guess my first question, I'm not that worried about the Arizona Cardinals for them, to be honest with you, but I will say this. Did you see the reaction of Steph Diggs finally talking about his experience in Buffalo?
You know what? The Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen, I think, at this point, aren't worried about Stephon Diggs and his experience. Allen has thrown, there's been a little bit of shade thrown along the way from Allen as well. Basically, do you miss Stephon Diggs? And he basically said, no, I don't. Right? So I think it's just sort of, it is. He goes, I don't miss what happened every day, so to speak. So
he's the one that caused it.
Yeah. So, and if you're the Houston Texans, okay, you bring him in. You didn't really need him, so we'll see how this plays out. I think he will be a better teammate now in Houston. Listen, Stephon Diggs, all wide receivers are the same guys. Diggs is no different, right? From Terrell Owens to all of them. So, with the exception, Jerry Rice was a little bit different, but you know what I'm saying, Scott. Most of the big-time wide receivers have been on a couple of teams. Randy Moss, right? They get tired of the quarterback. They get tired of the coach. They get tired of this, that. It happens. So it is what it is. But as far as the Bills and the Arizona Cardinals, I think the Cardinals are going in the right direction, Scott. I like Steichen a lot, their head coach. I think they've drafted pretty well over the last 2 years. Kyler Murray has to prove that he can stay on the field, because when he does, I think when he's on the field, I think he's a pretty good quarterback. I think he's an elite quarterback, top 10 quarterback when he's playing. But He needs to stay on the field.
Time out. You mean Gannon at Arizona? I'm tripping. You said Steichen.
Oh, excuse me, Steichen. Yeah, Gannon.
So,
Steichen,
just so we're on the same
other
page,
Eagle guy.
like,
Yeah, Gannon.
So
I like
Murray,
them both.
Murray and
I like
Harrison.
them both. So
I like them both too.
I like what Gannon is doing. I like what Steichen's doing too. My apologies. So I like what Gannon's doing. Like I said, they've drafted well over the last couple of years. Hard not to love the Marvin Harrison, but more than that, if you look a little bit deeper, they've drafted some good football players, but they're still really thin. And as far as this game is concerned, do I think the Bills cover the point spread? I'm not in love with it, right? You know what I mean? It wouldn't surprise me if the Bills won by 6. These odds makers, guys, are pretty good at what they do, okay? So remember that when looking at these numbers. But, as far as like a survivor play, not a lot of people are talking about the Buffalo Bills. I did a poll question yesterday, Scott. Everyone's falling for this Bengals trap. And I'll tell you now, I'm not sure the Patriots are going to suck as much as people think they are. Yeah, they're not going to be great, but at the same point in time, it's not like they're a high school football team, right? The Bengals have started off the season slow in the past. I'd be a little bit weary of that. It's got trap written all over it. So I do think the Bills are going to start off the season with a win, Scott. I've got the Bills winning 11 games this year. Their win total is 9.5. So I do think they're going to go over the 9.5. I do think they beat Arizona on Sunday, but I don't know if they cover the point spread.
So do you think Marvin Harrison Jr. has a big game to debut in the NFL at Buffalo on the road?
No, because the Bills are going to be dialed in and tuned up. Rasul Douglas and company are going to be tuned up. I was thinking about this, Scott. I don't think they're going to shut him down fully. He's going to get a couple of catches, but I don't think it's going to be like, oh my God, Marvin Harrison Jr. in his first ever NFL game at Buffalo had 8 catches and 2 touchdowns. Right? It could be my famous last words, right?
Yeah.
He's saying this.
DeMar Hamlin, what do you think of him getting the starting safety?
You know what? I'm past. It's been a great story, but let's hope he can play and do the job. You know what I mean? I think the Bills secondary is one of their issues.
So the window is closed. Feeling sorry for him after he died.
Yeah. I guess I was just being real. Yeah. You like how I cut? I said, I'm glad he's doing well, but now, now he doesn't play well. It's okay. That was 2 years ago, Scott. It's time to move on, bro.
We're past you being ill. We don't care anymore about that. You either shut somebody down or you're out of here, mister.
I'd be the guy to cut him and say, listen, I'm really happy you survived. It's been a hell of a ride, but you're just not getting the job done. But I hope he does get the job done.
We'll get tomorrow going on the Ravens and Chiefs. We'll see you then.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the game starts so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Try and set the stage for what should be a great year of NFL action.
There's a handful of teams that potentially can compete for a Super Bowl championship.
Confusion and uncertainty this year more than some in the past.
This team looks like it's ready to make a move, but we just don't know if it's bad or good this year.
J.J. McCarthy is eventually going to take over, but it's a no-lose situation for them.
I mean, they suck. They were 7-10.
Only on SportsGrid.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Live Golf Team Championship.
The golf has been mesmerizing.
They are the Live Golf Team Champions.
Team golf is back.
Oh, yes!
Are you ready?
Let's go! That's what champions do.
So the Jays have taken a 2-1 lead on the Phillies in the second in Toronto, but we're still talking football here on a Where Do You Hurt Wednesday C2C coming off of Morency, a double shot. All right, Carver High.
Yeah, lots of offense early on here. I told you about the Schwarber homer to start things off, by the way. His 13th leadoff homer in the first inning this season for Kyle Schwarber. So he's done an unbelievable job with that. Vladdy Jr. and Alejandro Kirk with RBI doubles in the bottom half of the first to get things rolling there. We will start with the NFL today, Scotty, because we're a day away from Pain Day. Tomorrow night, Thursday night, NFL will kick off. We, of course, have Thursday night, Friday night, Sunday afternoon, Monday night. It's all happening. I will start today before I get to tomorrow night's game. More big money being handed out. We've seen a lot of guys get some extensions here recently. How about from the defensive backfield, Broncos cornerback Patrick Surtain II, 4 years, $96 million, $77 million guaranteed. He is now, Scotty, the highest paid defensive back in NFL history. Patrick Surtain II.
I mean, honestly, I'm going to keel over. I mean, it's just... I mean, one deal after the next, and they all exceed the previous one. I mean, it doesn't matter what position it is. It's just one after the next. They just keep going up and up and up to the moon. It really is straight to the moon, Alice. I mean, it is crazy. I mean, I won't deny Surtain is a great player. I'm still surprised they got rid of Simmons. I got to tell you, that's the thing that gets me. Like, they cleaned house out there, and it is amazing to me. And he ended up in Atlanta just like Judon did, right? So they ended up, I guess they just wanted to give all the money to Surtain.
They wanted to give all the money to him. Lots of money being thrown around this offseason in the NFL. So good luck to him. Maybe the Broncos will actually be good. Probably not, Scotty.
I wish them no good luck whatsoever.
No goodwill towards Denver as they get ready to start their season in Seattle coming up on Sunday. All right, tomorrow night is the start of the NFL season, and we will have the Ravens and the Chiefs in Kansas City. There was some talk after last year, Scotty, that maybe Travis Kelce was thinking about, riding off into the sunset, going with his brother to do, multi-billion-dollar podcasts and go be a TV star. He's dating the world's biggest pop star. Maybe that would be enough to take him off the field. But no. Travis Kelce, Scotty, is as focused as ever. He is ready for another season of football and try to win a third straight Super Bowl with the Chiefs. No distractions for Kelce.
I just love coming in here, man. It's kind of, I mentioned St. Joe is my sanctuary. I just love football and how it takes me away from life, and it gives me something I can feel genuinely happy about. I enjoy coming in the building, working on my craft, getting to understand a new game plan and perfecting that for the people around me. It gives me a purpose to kind of go about my day and to live my life, and I have so much excitement doing it. It's going to be hard trying to figure out when to call it quits or not.
Yeah, listen, I think more people are interested in if he's marrying that chick than if he's going to win a third straight Super Bowl. I mean, he's become like a pop star in essence himself. Like, he went from being a great football player to, it's all about Taylor Swift. I thought last year it got, kind of ridiculous. I mean, I think that the NFL should take a look back, maybe spend an hour or two in their conference room taking a look back at how they let that relationship supersede football. I mean, it became about showing her in that luxury suite every week. I mean, literally the entire football game. They didn't even show the game. All they did was show Taylor Swift and Blake Lively getting drunk in a suite and partying and having a good time and blowing kisses. And I thought it got stale in a hurry, and it just wouldn't stop. And it went all the way to Las Vegas. It just never ended. It became about her and not football. And I think that's embarrassing. Now, listen, I don't deny she makes billions of dollars. I don't deny she's got a whole hustle going. I mean, that is quite the impressive performance. Her world tour and the money she's hauling in. God bless her. I really do, commend her. But I'll say this. She got nothing to do with football. Let's stop with the pom-pom stuff. And can we watch an NFL game without all the nonsense of that love affair? I mean, get married already, for Christ's sakes, if you love each other so much. Honestly, I give a rat's ass about her. I mean, like I said, she's great at what she does, okay? But her in football, I mean, what is next? Skateboarders are going to start playing in the NFL? What is next? Breakdancing in the NFL? They've already ruined the Olympics with that. I mean, what is next? Can we not spend the entire NFL season sucking up to Taylor Swift? I mean, honestly, I'm a grown, hardcore football fan, old man. You can say, get off of my yard, man on the porch, call me whatever you want. You're tripping if you think I'm wrong. That is a pain in my ass, that Taylor Swifty stuff every single Sunday. I need that like I need a hole in the head. Honestly. Christ almighty, you got enough problem with your wife and kids screaming at you, then I got to put up with this chick? Honestly, I mean it. You can quote me on all of it, too. I don't give a rat's ass.
I'll get you even more going then. Did you see the story that I guess Travis was doing an interview or something, and he said how she's gotten really into football, and she's even drawing up plays, Scotty. Did you see that? She's drawing up plays. She's worth $50 billion, but she's drawing up plays for Travis Kelce.
You know, I would rather have the guy in the commercial that spelled out chefs in the end zone drawing up plays than Taylor Swift. Honestly, I can't take it. I don't care about her sudden fandom with football and all of the hangers-on and lackeys that suck up to her in that luxury suite. It's embarrassing. It really is. I've had enough of it. Can we? And you know what? We already went through it once. We've already been to the altar with this chick and this guy. They should have just got married already so we could be done with the nonsense. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. I just can't stand it. I don't need that. And this is another reason. I got to be honest. It's another reason I hate them. I hate that team like no other. Honestly, I'm so sick and tired of them. I told you when I was a kid, my grandpa painted the Jan Stenerud on my bedroom wall. If I still had that Jan Stenerud in my bedroom, I would graffiti its ass. I'm so done with the Kansas City Chiefs. I'd spray paint it. Honestly, I put coast to coast that logo over it. Sick and tired.
The good news is,
I hope they lose. I told you I hope they lose every game they play. I hope they lose tomorrow night in Arrowhead. Screw all their fans, though.
It seems like you don't have to worry. She will be there, it sounds like, tomorrow night because the Eras Tour currently is on break until early October. So you'll probably get plenty of shots of Taylor at the Chief Raven opener tomorrow night, which is still Chiefs -3, by the way. Total did go to 47.5. Since we last spoke yesterday. What really matters, the lines of the game. That's what really matters.
What really matters is that the Ravens and Lamar Jackson never lose openers, and they cover every single game. They win straight up every single game, and I want them to win with Lamar and Derrick Henry tomorrow like you have no idea. Meanwhile, I hate them too, and they're in the North, and I hate them more than the Chiefs. But I hate the Chiefs so much with 2 straight Super Bowls and going to 40 straight Super Bowls. Honestly, I'm going to start playing pinochle or whatever they call it. What is it called? Pickleball? I'm going to start playing pickleball because I'm so sick and tired of the Kansas City Chiefs winning Super Bowls and going to every single Super Bowl. Honestly, I'm watching Premier League games now every Saturday and Sunday morning so I don't have to watch the Kansas City Chiefs.
anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Try and set the stage for what should be a great year of NFL action.
There's a handful of teams that potentially can compete for a Super Bowl championship.
Confusion and uncertainty this year more than some in the past.
This team looks like it's ready to make a move, but we just don't know if it's bad or good this year.
J.J. McCarthy is eventually going to take over, but it's a no-lose situation for them.
I mean, they suck. They were 7-10.
Only on SportsGrid.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Live Golf Team Championship.
The golf has been mesmerizing.
They are the Live Golf Team Champions.
Team golf is back.
Oh, yes!
Are you ready?
Let's go!
That's what champions do.
Swiatek and Pegula tonight in primetime. Sinner and Medvedev. I like the most hated player, Medvedev, the Russian. The way he gets under people's nerves, the fans. He gets all these people booing him and hating him. And all he does is win at the U.S. Open. And he's won the U.S. Open before, beating Joker to do it. So tonight should be fantastic tennis in Queens. We're still talking Pain Day football, though, like we ought to, except for that large chunk of the show which we spent on Taylor Swift. Thank God.
Yeah, no doubt about that. By the way, 3-2 Phillies now lead. Cody Clemens with a 2-run homer for the Phillies to give them the lead. So the ball is jumping out up north in Toronto today against both of these guys. So we'll see. Already at 5 runs, and we're in the bottom of the second. So much for that 7.5. They're working on going way over it. Yes, let's go to Friday night's game now, where we spoke about this a little bit yesterday, and I saw a note that the NFL is going to provide extra security, Scotty, in Brazil for the Packers and the Eagles so that nobody's worried. They've heard the players voice their frustrations, and there's going to be some extra security so that everybody feels comfortable down in Sao Paulo for that game coming up on Friday night.
Mike, that, honestly, at some level, it's almost as though, sans what happened to Trump in Pennsylvania or whatever, the rally with the kids shooting him in the ear, tried to kill him. Sans that, is that not like, the NFL in Sao Paulo and those 2 NFL teams and their respective hotels, et cetera, where they're staying, would that not truly be the safest place to be in the entire country of Brazil on Friday night? And the fact that they're going to have, literally armies of guys with, submachine guns and army and military and police. They're going to be all over those hotels and all over those NFL teams and all over those buses and all over those convoys to the stadium from the hotels. Like, it'd be the last place in the world you'd want to be like, hey, I think I'm going to go over and start killing some people. Honestly, you got to pick your spots. I would think that it'd be the safest place on earth tomorrow night. Now, I'm not talking about after the game, leaving the hotel, trying to go down to the barrio to have a beverage in Brazil, in Sao Paulo. That's probably not a good idea. But when you're with the team, I think they have absolutely nothing to worry about. And I wouldn't have brought my families either to Sao Paulo because it really is hell on earth. I mean, it's inexplicable how they're having, frankly, an NFL game there. And to be honest, I'm surprised that they pulled off the Olympics there without a bunch of people being murdered and robbed and raped and shanked and kidnapped and sold into slavery and sex trafficked and narcotics. What don't they have down there with problems in Brazil? Let's get real here for a second. It's a mess. That place is an absolute hellhole. It's a mess. And you can quote me on that, too. It's no different than me talking about Oakland, California.
On the field, of course, the Eagles will get to debut their newest weapon, running back Saquon Barkley, who came over from the New York Giants in the offseason. Head coach Nick Sirianni very excited to have Barkley on his team.
I mean, he made a run at practice yesterday, and I just remember, I was wearing sunglasses. It was sunny out, just kind of taking my sunglasses off and looking at a couple coaches. I'm like, all right, this is awesome, that we got him here, not only for the play that he brings to the field and the cut that he made yesterday at practice, but also his leadership and the person.
What about when he's off for a month every year? And he takes his vacation in the middle of the season. He's like Giancarlo Stanton. He gets that month-long Caribbean trip in every year in the middle of the season. I don't have any stock in this guy's ability to play every game. It's not happening. He's always injured. I mean, that's why they don't want to admit it, but that's why they wouldn't give him the money. They just don't think he's worth the money because he misses 5-6 games a year. It's just automatic.
He's just not. That's for sure. He misses a lot of games. I did want to update you on this, too. I told you Harper got hit in the elbow in his first at-bat. He left the game, Scotty. Sosa hit for him in his second time around, so that is not a good sign. Hopefully nothing serious for Bryce Harper, who
opening the door for the Diamondbacks and Padres and Mets.
Opening the door for everybody else. That on Friday night is still the other Philadelphia team. The Eagles are still -2.5 with a 49.5 total. I gotta tell you, I know we're gonna do this more on Friday when we talk about what we like in the game. It just smells like an under to me, Scotty. Honestly, that 49.5. I think it's gonna be like all these other international games. It's going to be slow. I don't think the guys are going to be right. I think they're going to be looking to get the hell out of there. It just doesn't feel like a game that's going to be 35-31. It feels more like a game that's going to be 17-13.
I agree that I think it's an under, but look, my favorite part of it is watching Kaplan yesterday with his homerized milquetoast ass just constantly knobbing the Eagles. I mean, this guy, he does the Eagles pregame show. He comes on here. He would pick the Eagles to win every game, every week, every year over every team in the league. He's once again picking them to win the division. And this is a team that lost 6 of 7 to close it out. They should have fired Sirianni. They went and got that broken down Barkley from the Giants. And then they got a guy from Washington that they didn't want. Their receiver that they drafted from Penn State, Dotson, they didn't even want him. They owe him $7 million. They're like, here, you take him. We don't want him. He sucks. But then they immediately come out and say, oh, we have the best receiving core in the NFL. I don't buy their quarterback. I don't buy their coach. I don't buy them. I don't buy them to win the East. I still think Dallas is better than them. 3 straight 12-win seasons, and he thinks they suck. At least I come right out with it. My Steelers suck. My quarterbacks suck. I come right out with it every year. And I love Kaplan more than anybody. But, I mean, this guy in the Eagles, can it just stop already? I mean, they're going to win every Super Bowl.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Try and set the stage for what should be a great year of NFL action.
There's a handful of teams that potentially can compete for a Super Bowl championship.
Confusion and uncertainty this year more than some in the past.
This team looks like it's ready to make a move, but we just don't know if it's bad or good this year.
J.J. McCarthy is eventually going to take over, but it's a no-lose situation for them.
I mean, they suck. They were 7-10.
Only on SportsGrid.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Live Golf Team Championship.
The golf has been mesmerizing.
They are the Live Golf Team Champions.
Team golf is back.
Oh, yes!
Are you ready?
Let's go!
That's what champions do.
Well, we were going to talk golf, but then again, never mind. Let's keep moving with the football before the red phone goes off again.
Nobody likes when the red phone goes off, so we're going to try to avoid that here on a Wednesday, especially. Okay, we'll stay with the NFL. How about Mike Tomlin? It's the first time we're going to hear from him on a game week this season as we head into week number 1. The Steelers will be in Atlanta against the Falcons to kick off their season on Sunday. A very new-look offense for the Steelers. What does Mike Tomlin expect out of them this season?
I'm not interested in making you comfortable today, to be quite honest with you. Those are just words, and really at the end of the day, it's somewhat meaningless.
I hate you people.
We'll have an opportunity to put some tape out there this weekend that's kind of reflective of that discussion. I'm more of a doer than a talker. Talking glowingly, particularly when you're undefeated this time of year, is easy. And I'm not attracted to easy. We're just going to work, and we're going to put some tape out there that's kind of reflective of our intentions.
I mean, this guy, he really is. He's grumpy on his birthday. I mean, he is. You couldn't make that guy happy or smile. I don't even know what makes him click, but he just hates the media. He hates answering questions. I mean, he's just grumpy Stiltskin.
He just doesn't he's not going to give you any information. Like, if you want to try to pry anything out of Mike, he's been doing this too long. It might work on some rookie head coach or a second-year head coach where, they like to they want to talk a little bit more. Mike Tomlin's been doing this for too long. He's not giving you a thing.
Well, here's another thought. Here's another thought for you, Mike. Mike Tomlin, he doesn't win playoff games. He wins regular season games that don't matter.
Recently, that's true.
He got a ring because of Ben Roethlisberger. He didn't get a ring because he did anything fantastic. And he is literally a coaching disaster in playoff games. I mean, every time they go, they lose. I mean, they're an automatic loss in the playoffs as much as Dallas is. So I won't deny that he never had a losing season. Congratulations. What has it got him? I mean, thank God he got the ring because I think that's a miracle in itself that he has a ring. and I'm going to say this. I think he's been their kind of coach in Pittsburgh. They've always had that with Noel and Cowher and this guy. But he is no Chuck Noll. Let me be very clear. He is no Chuck Noll. I have to repeat that slowly for idiots. But believe me, that guy can't coach like Chuck Noll coached. I'm sorry. Chuck Noll, when he took over the Steelers, they were the worst team in the NFL. And then they got Joe Green in the draft. And Chuck Noll and that front office built a Super Bowl championship dynasty that won 4 Super Bowls in 6 years. And Mike Tomlin will never, hell will freeze over before Mike Tomlin ever sniffs 4 Super Bowls in 6 years. He'll go to 4 Super Bowls in 6 years when he's not coaching anymore.
No doubt. For as far as Sunday goes, still 3.5 for this game. 3.5 the Steelers are getting. 42.5 is the total. I will tell you, Scotty, they're just hanging that half out there for me, and I'm very intrigued by it for the Steelers. That half to go along with that 3 is making me think long and hard about it.
My buddy down there said, we have Art Smith now, so that's why we're going to lose. The Steelers are going to lose because they have Art Smith. Art Smith did such a great job coaching the Falcons. But as I've said, you can think whatever you want of my team, say whatever you want. That's fine. They're already favored for nothing. They're favored to be last place in the North. And then I know there's a lot of liabilities with the Steelers, and there's a lot of tickets on the Steelers. But just so we're clear, the Falcons have never recovered from their Super Bowl gag on a spoon. Their gag on a spoon in the Super Bowl, they have never come back from the dead. They're dead to me. I mean, they'll never recover from that. They'll never live it down. And Kirk Cousins, Mike Penix, Jesus Christ, I don't care who it is. They will never recover from that. And I say the Lions won't recover from last year against the Niners either. So I'll take the Steelers in Atlanta.
You could change the coach. You could change the quarterback. You could change the players. Doesn't matter. They're going down. They are cursed forever. They are in there. We'll come back and hear from Brian Dable as the Giants get ready to open it.
People only care about Georgia football in, Georgia.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The leftover language would be the million shy of what Jefferson makes Jefferson a better player. If you want to believe that, I'm not sure I buy that he's that much better than CeeDee Lamb.
Tony Pollard's gone. He's now with the Titans. I was with the Titans a couple weeks ago. He'll be their starting running back there. They're going a different direction in Dallas, but it's all about CeeDee Lamb right now, the first of the other deals that they have to get done.
Ferrall Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
When you're really, really amazing like this, people kind of take it for granted. Same with Ohtani, right? People will sort of see, oh, Ohtani did this, Ohtani did that, and it sort of, becomes normalized a little bit. But to put in context, Aaron Judge joins the 1,000 hit club, gets it done. So earlier this month, he was the fastest player to reach 300 home runs ever.
Sports Rage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
The only streaming sports betting network. Tips, info, and insights to up your IQ. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
New to the Live Golf Plus app. Watch Live Golf any way you want it. Follow any group. Replay any shot. Anytime, anywhere. Any questions? Watch Live Golf live and on demand.